I want to talk a little bit about the skill of reframing. If communication is the master skill of interpersonal emotional intelligence, reframing, along with mindfulness, is, in my opinion, the master skill of intrapersonal emotional intelligence. It is the cognitive superpower of self-regulation. In a very real sense, gaining some mastery over your framing of the world will completely change your world. Let's look at an example to illustrate how powerful framing is. You're in your car. You're driving in heavy traffic. You're desperately trying to get to your Pilates class. Suddenly a car swerves out in front of you. They were traveling too fast, and so they needed to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting the car in front of them. Even though you hit your brakes immediately, you still cannot stop in time to avoid bumping into them. It wasn't a massive crash, but you know from the crunching sound that it's not going to be an easy fix, or a cheap one. Just up ahead, the other car pulls over, so you pull up behind it and turn off your engine. As you're undoing your seatbelt, all you can think about is how unbelievably stupid that person is. To swerve out in front of you like that and then slam on the brakes? Unbelievable. Not only will you now miss your Pilates class, but you've also got an expensive repair job on your hands, and you're probably going to have to catch public transport for at least the rest of the week.
Oh, man.
You could literally not be more angry. As you open your car door and walk over to the other car, you are preparing to unload your fury on this ignorant half-wit. But what you see as you look in through the driver's window doesn't meet your expectations. It's a young woman with tears streaming down her face and a look of panic in her eyes. She's reaching back into the back seat, shoving an asthma puffer into a small child's face. The child looks like he's having terrible trouble breathing and his lips are turning blue. She turns to you at the window and says, "I'm so sorry. He's having an asthma attack. I need to get him to hospital." In the blink of an eye, your rage is gone, and it's replaced by compassion and the desire to help. Your Pilates class and your car, suddenly that all seems trivial now as you pull out your phone and call an ambulance. So what's changed? In a certain sense, nothing's changed. So how is it possible that literally in a moment, that driver has gone from someone you couldn't be more angry at to someone you desperately want to help? Well, you've been provided with new information, and that information has caused you to reframe your understanding of the driver's intentions. The process of reframing can apply to more than just, specific situations. It can apply to whole ways of seeing the world. It's a small change that can make a huge difference. If I wanted to make everything in the world blue, I could buy some blue paint and just start painting everything blue. The walls, the window, the plants, my computer, everything. I could just grab some blue paint and just paint it blue. Or I could change my frames. Frames can work against us, or they can work for us. So it's essential that we're aware of them and that we have them optimized for the best possible outcomes. This is especially the case when it comes to having difficult conversations, where it's so natural to frame the other person's position or their intentions in the worst possible light. And while this can make us feel good, and it might even seem to justify the frustration we might be harboring towards that person, it can also serve as a real barrier to effective dialogue, and will therefore impair your ability to achieve a good outcome with your conversation. Over the next few videos, we are going to have a close look at the way we frame some of the most important aspects of difficult conversations. We're going to start by reframing how you think of the conversation itself, and then we'll take a closer look at how we can effectively reframe our conversation partner. Did you get that? There's your first clue. I will see you in the next video. Yeah. We're having Burritos. Do you want burritos? We can have tacos. You can have beans. Is there anything that we can put into the tacos that would make them nicer for you, Winter?